Breaking news according to BBC and other various media platforms. And the ambassador Iran has struck US military bases after saying US echo struck one more military bases Iran no one more so retaliate best strike US na abusia yentia emunsem said yes here then esi according to BBC news emprempremu de endokwano ayekese Iran for so retaliate with you can say strike yentia de echo so say embra.
Being told that Reuters say a witness has heard explosions over the Qatari capital, Doha, where there's this huge American base of 10,000 troops. British troops also rotate in and out of there. I just want to mention Al Jazeera also saying that flares are now visible over the Qatari capital, and it's not immediately known, they say, if it's the air defence system or missiles, but loud explosions can be heard. So again, another report there suggesting activity in Qatar.
Okay, breaking news. It's the one that we've all been dreading. Iran has responded. It's official. Just minutes ago, reports have come out that Iran has fired several missiles towards a number of US bases and the ones that we have confirmed right now is in Qatar and the other one is in Iraq. But keep in mind, the US operates out of 27 bases in the Middle East and multiple other countries have been put on high alert. So we don't know if it's just these two bases or a multi-targeted front right now, targeting multiple. Now, Iran have called this operation Basharat Fath, which translates to promise of victory, and they say they have now begun their, quote, mighty and victorious response to the US strikes. Now, Donald Trump and a number of other officials have been rushed to the White House Situation Room, but it looks like they might have partly anticipated at least the Qatar base was at risk because satellite images show that the US has moved more than a dozen of its planes away from that base in the last week. Now, whether Trump responds to Iran's attacks or not, we don't know. He said that he absolutely would, but I guess it depends on the damage of these strikes and if there are any casualties. But man, we're really in it now, and it's going to be a long night of updates. So I'll see.
We have breaking news right now. Iran notified the United States, along with Qatar, via diplomatic channels hours before today's strikes on U.S. military bases in Qatar and Iraq. According to Reuters, Iran notified the United States ahead of time, likely to minimize civilian casualties. According to the New York Times, Iran notified the Qataris as well to minimize casualties. In a lot of ways, this really seems as though a performative attack to give Iran an off-ramp. Iran can say within its country, which already is saying that it destroyed a US military base, which is untrue. It could say what it wants publicly, but then privately, it has worked with the United States, at least here, to minimize civilian casualties and hopefully reduce this conflict quicker. And maybe this will be some type of diplomatic breakthrough. I don't know though. But at least from initial reports, it does not suggest that the Iranian attack on US military bases will lead to a much larger conflict. At least that's what we can all hope. Spread the word and follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about more to come.
Absolutely, before said Iran for a strike US military base in Putin, Russian president, Ekushia, Iran for one supreme leader, Okushiano, and much say Putin at the Ensembi to Iran for paying no enemy say attacking na US for be attacking womo kromono just groundless what you see was a minina subia was in yansa be nim said Donald Trump and then Crawford etimi echo attacking Iran wabra na chese Iran for enye den enye womohwe na emum Iran Israel na nka enya na mesramo yansha said dem komotwetwe no esi echo ye between Putin and Iran for a supreme leader yentie die
против Ирана неспровоцированная абсолютно агрессия против Ирана не имеет под собой никаких оснований и никаких оправданий.
Translation na egu economy was say this is absolutely unprovoked aggression against Iran.
Неспровоцированная абсолютно агрессия против Ирана не имеет под собой никаких
or say has no basis whatsoever and no justification whatsoever.
Оснований и никаких оправданий. Мы со своей стороны предпринимаем
what you saying translation no and na no for our part we are making effort to assist the Iranian people according to Putin.
усилия для того, чтобы оказать содействие иранскому народу.
ما از مواضع بسیار محکم و درست
And I just say what we paying so and then I say effort the contribution our contributing towards a year and tokoya a year then cause you know enti abusian emprem de entokwa de aya na ye na mesremo yan ready ade bia Daily Mail for a day aba has say yes according to Daily Mail I'm say Iran has launched missiles at the United States biggest base in the Middle East in the response to Donald Trump or to President Trump bombing nuclear labs over the weekend. Also actually say aerial defenses were activated shortly after a credible threat alert was issued to the BBB base, yes, in the Qatar, which hosts over 10,000 U.S. troops, according to IHS, you can say Daily Mail for Krete Abano, as well as over 100 aircraft, strategic bombers and tankers. Yes, U.S. bases in Kuwait, Iraq, and Baham also sounded their air raid sirens shortly after the Al-Udeid base was targeted and Iranian missiles was targeted by Iranian missiles. Yantuaso answered the echo according to Daily Mail. It comes as Iran warned the United States will directly pay for strikes on its nuclear facilities rather than standing behind Israel with the Islamic Republic. Also say prepared for a war. I'll say prepare for a war lasting up to 2 years. A senior Iranian officer told reporters. Yes, and according to Iranian top or cultural reporters say US and prepare for lasting war. Just a war a yet long lasting and yet just a short to be what I say. Not just say one more are prepare somebody one more ebe face US for some do more ababeji one more and dokoyimo and timino can say dear and I war US. Yes, between Omonto Koya or Wankasa, Akofa Edi Abenti, Yasha update be a babiano, Yadi Bebremo, our platform ye SONT, subscribe for updates. Now amazing, aka you talk too much. Absia, Minfa wo in see, Ahaseye.